Good day, colleagues. This video is going to showcase how to create a rubric on the Blackboard Ultra platform. You log into your course, or you log into Blackboard, and then under courses, you click on the course where you want to create the rubrics on. From here, you can create your rubric within the assessment, or you can create the rubric on the gradebook. So you decide where you create. So when you are using the gradebook to create the rubric, you click on gradebook and then you click on the settings. When you click on settings, you scroll down and then you will find course rubrics. There are two ways you can create a rubric if you have a manual rubric that you have already. So when you click on create, then it will allow you to add those rubric options. And you can use the AI to generate a rubric for you. So when you click on create, it will allow you to give you the rubric name, and then you set the criterions that you want on the rubric. And then all the rows and the columns, you are able to edit, you are able to delete the rows and the columns that you don't want in your rubric. So each criterion, you have to write the criterion, and then you have to write the description. What does it mean? When you say under this criterion, is 100%, it's 75, and all that stuff. Then if you want to let the system create the rubric for you, remember we've got an AI that allows us to create the rubric automatically. So that is where you now click on generate. So when you click on generate, you write the description. For example, you can have a topic for this rubric, your rubric that you are creating, or the system generally creates it on its own, but you are able, when you enter a short description of what you want the system to generate this rubric for. For example, I want e-learning tools. And then I will just type on there, this is the rubric that I want for this particular assignment. The assignment is on e-learning tools. I'm just making an example. So how complex do you want the system to generate this rubric for you? Because the system is going to generate all of these based on the description. If you don't put the description, then the system generally creates that rubric for you. Then you can be able to change the criteria and to change the topics that the points that you are referring to when you say mastery, proficiency, development, and all that stuff. So the complexity, always the rubric must be in percentage. And also you can choose, doesn't enforce you to use percentage, but percentage is nicer. But with the percentage, it has to be under over 100%. So you can choose the percentage range, you can choose points, and then the points range as well. So in this case, I will use percentage. How complex do you want the system generate the rubric for you? So you can move and select all that, how complex that you want the system. How many columns do you want in your rubric? I have 4 columns, so you can increase that and you can decrease that. So normally it's normally 4, but if you have more than 4, you can use the this button to increase the number of columns. How many rows do you have? These are the rows, these are the columns, and then these are the rows. So how many rows do you have? So if you must be 100%, so you decide how many rows do you have. Normally we have 4. So you choose. I'll also stick to 4 rows, but if you want more, you can choose on that. After you've selected all of this, you click on the generate button. And then the system is going to generate, which means now the AI embedded system is going to generate the rubric for us based on the description that we have indicated. So this is the rubric that the system has generated for us. So you can be able to change all these after you are creating. So this is how it indicates. So the criteria, you must have the criteria. So my criteria as per the system is knowledge. So I will check on the presentation or on the assignment if the student under knowledge, did they exceptionally show the understanding and fluency in applying the knowledge of these e-learning tools in their topic, and proficiency, competent, and developing. So all of these are developed by the system AI automatically, but then you are able to change all of that. So when you are done with the generation of the rubric, then you click on the continue button. So now when you are on the click continue button, now this is where now you are going to come and name your rubric. Which rubric is this? What is the name of the rubric you remove? What is there? Then I will say e-learning. I'm just making an example. E-learning rubric. So you just give your rubric a name. So the assignment of e-learning that I'm going to create for my students, I will attach this rubric for them. Am I 100% sure on exceptional, proficiency, competent, developing? Am I happy with these words? If not, you can change those words by clicking on the pencil. And then you can click excellent. You can change it from proficiency to excellent, proficiency, competent, developing. All of these. But if you are happy with these criterions that you have set here, then you just leave it at that. You need to check also the description. What do you mean by when you're saying excellent in knowledge? When the student is excellent, what do you mean there? What has the student cover? So which means now all these, they are generated by the system, but you are able also to edit all those description to indicate what do you mean by excellent, what do you mean by proficiency in this criteria knowledge, what do you mean by competent and by developing, because this is what you are going to use when you are marking your student assignment. Same as well here, you can change the criterions that you have set here on the rows. Then the knowledge, if you talk about knowledge, you don't like the word knowledge, you can change that criteria of yours from knowledge. Application, communication, and collaboration. So all of these are developed by the AI automatically, but then we are able to edit because it's system based. So AI can, to avoid biasness, you need to check and be sure that you are you modify where it needs to be. Then when you are happy with that, you click on the save button. You click on the saved button. After you've clicked on the save button, there is your rubric. It has been created. Now, the next step will be for you now to create your assignment, and then you are able to add that rubric that you have created into your assignment. That is the first way, colleagues, that you can be able to create the rubric using the Gradebook. Thank you so much.